With your child being overseas in the military right now, is there like a message you'd want to send in?
No.
So, Father, it's a great day to give honor to these men and women who have served you. And Lord, you brought them here to ACE to continue their service in serving people. We were opening up the store and looking for good, faithful workers. And we're fortunate enough to get about 3 veterans out of that, along with extraordinary high school students. And these older gentlemen were able to mentor and just share their life experiences with them. It intrigued them enough to where they felt like they wanted to go and serve their country as well.
Spencer started working at ACE at 15. He was the first 15-year-old we ever hired. He was a really good student. His grades were good. So I had assumed college was in his future, and he changed his mind. He didn't want to go. He ended up enlisting in the Marine Corps. And then right after he graduated high school, he shipped off to boot camp.
My son, Samuel Smithers, worked here. He started in 2019, and then he joined the Marine Corps in the spring of 2020. After coming here, he just felt really grounded, and I feel that ACE was just a huge part of that.
Since 2019, this store has sent 9 young people from the store right into the military. Micah Grimmer is in the Air Force now, but he was a cashier. Caden Fuller is in the Army. Taylor was actually a manager here and enlisted in the Navy. And Carson Brazel is in the Air Force.
The one common theme that you'll find among the veterans that we have here is that I really don't think there's anything they would not do for you.
They've got stories, but they've got insight and knowledge too, and they can just pull from that, and that helps our customers when they come in with questions. And I think they share that with the kids, and I think the kids want that, and it helps them grow. I think that's what inspires them to join.
We all carry ourselves in much the same way. Clean, squared away when you walk in the door. You've got your tape on your belt, you've got your pen in your pocket, you've got a pad of paper, and you're ready to go to work, and you're ready to help anybody else. My name is John Frushi. I served 10 years in the United States Navy. I started here when we were still setting the shelves on the bare floor. So I've been here since the beginning.
James Stevens, Colonel Sergeant USMC.
Richard Spann. I was at E6 and I was aboard a destroyer escort, and I left the Navy as an SC-1. There was a lot of things I learned in the military, a lot of self-discipline. It taught you to be responsible, and those kinds of things carry on from military to your civilian life as well.
Teamwork. You're not going anywhere without those people on the right and left of you and behind you. You have to trust every one of those guys because your life is in their hands. That's been the way we try and do things here. And the kids watching us work together, I think that helps them.
In the military, you don't have a time off. You finish the mission. And they see that and they say, hey, how can I be like that?
We told them all the fun stories about being overseas, but we also told them, there's a price to pay because one stupid move could get you killed. That's not a vacation. That's work, every bit of it. I like to think that by example, we've shown them something they can do, and that's how we influence them.
When the first student said he was going to enlist in the Army, and then the next one a little while later, and then the next one and the next one. And I think part of a family is how can we honor them? How can we thank them?
And I called all the veterans that used to work here, and then I called wives and children and families, and I invited them all here today. We printed the banners with their branch and a service photo, and then we also put up a wall of honor for our active duty kids.
We want to thank you as a company and also just as citizens of this community for all that you've done for us working here at ACE. And so in just a moment, we're going to have a very special reveal.
I had no idea. I was very surprised.
When you see his tears start to fall, he was very moved, very moved. He'll never forget it.
No. And how my wife and family showed up, I have no idea. But they were here, and that felt good.
What really got me was the heroes wall out here of the people who are currently serving. What I did was just a job, but the people who sacrificed, the people who were injured, who paid the price, who really did the work, they're the ones to be commended.
My son is deployed right now, so it's a little emotional. Makes me feel closer to him, and it makes me appreciate all that Ace did for him.
I want to tell my former co-workers who are currently in the military, enjoy your military life. It's one of those fleeting moments in time you'll always look back to.
Come back and see us. You bring your stories back to us old guys. We haven't been out traveling and raising hell for a long time, so come back and tell us where you've been and what you've been doing.
I think it's really, really important to honor our military. It's really a different life. If you haven't served, if you haven't had a child that served, it's really, really hard to understand it. And they give up a lot to serve our country, and putting some pictures on the wall is about the least we can do.